save for the future, and access personal loans. Plus, enjoy travel insurance, a credit card, and retrenchment cover when the unexpected happens. If that's not value, I don't know what is. Let's help you write the next chapter of your ultimate story. Call 5950 to open an Ultimate Plus account today.
Your story matters. ABSA.
For in-depth news coverage from across Zambia, local and national news, business, politics, and sports, this is the Sun FM News, brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
The news.
Hello, to present the news, my name is Imelda Chikwati. President Hakainde Hichilema has announced that Zambia is now the world's leading exporter of emeralds, overtaking Colombia, which previously dominated global high-quality emerald production with a 70 to 90% share. Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Meto has emphasized the vital role of public relations officers in disseminating clear and accurate information to build public confidence in government initiatives. Newly appointed Ndola District Commissioner Precious Njekwa has vowed to take a strong stand against illegal activities and lawlessness, stressing that such practices will not be tolerated under her administration. The Zambia Futsal national team is gearing up for the 2025 Continental Futsal Championship, scheduled to take place in Thailand from July 29 to August 4th, 2025.
The news. 88.5 Sun FM.
President Hakainde Hichilema has announced that Zambia is now the world's leading exporter of emeralds, overtaking Colombia, which previously dominated global high-quality emerald production with a 70 to 90% share. The milestone was reviewed during the official opening of the Invest Zambia International Conference at Mulungushi International Conference Center, where the president credited the achievement to the country's flagship producer, Kajah Mine, located on the Copperbelt province and jointly owned by Gemfields 75% and the Zambian government 25%. President Hichilema emphasized that the government will not tolerate illegal mining activities and reaffirmed its commitment to safe and regulated operations. He noted that geological mapping has uncovered extensive mineral wealth, reinforcing Zambia's potential as a global leader in gemstone and mineral exports.
Zambia has achieved a landmark feat, officially overtaking Colombia to become the world's largest exporter of emeralds, in a shift that signals the country's growing dominance in the global gemstone market. The announcement was made by President Hakainde Hichilema during the official opening of the Invest Zambia International Conference, a high-level platform aimed at attracting both regional and global investors. At the heart of this milestone is Kajah Mine, located in Lufwanyama district on the Copperbelt. President Hichilema highlighted that this success must not be undermined by illegal mining activities. He warned that the government will not support lawlessness in the mining sector and disclosed that new mechanisms for safe and responsible mining are being implemented.
In terms of resource governance in this country. But we want to manage these resources in a way that we don't have rivers of blood. That's why we're talking about 4 things now. Legal mining, legal, not illegal mining. 2, safe mining. I'm not going to sit here as head of state to allow our young people going into tunnels and dying every day. There has to be safe mining. Investment, please. 3, formal trade. so that the value of those resources come into account.
On the diplomatic front, Chinese Ambassador Han Jin praised Zambia as a premier investment destination in Africa.
Chinese enterprises speaks highly of the investment environment in Zambia. Practical cooperation between our two countries enjoy broad perspectives.
Meanwhile, the European Union's Petra Gasparovia has lauded the investment in Zambia's conference as a timely opportunity for Zambia to reform its economic priorities and mobilize resources towards sustainable, inclusive growth.
Continent and several flagship projects here in Zambia. Zambia is a country of great potential and the new business opportunities.
Zambia's emeralds are no longer just a gemstone, they are now a symbol of national transformation. Thomas Mwale, reporting for Sun FM TV News in Lusaka.
Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Mwetwa has emphasized the vital role of public relations officers in disseminating clear and accurate information to build public confidence in government initiatives. Speaking at a capacity building workshop for principal public relations officers organized by Zamcom in Livingston, Mr. Mwetwa cautioned that misinformation can erode public trust and disrupt national development efforts. He reiterated also that government's commitment to improving the media landscape, including plans to enact the long-awaited Access to Information ATI law, is cardinal. Mr. Mwetwa explained that implementing regulations to support the ATI law will significantly enhance transparency and accountability in how information is shared. He further highlighted the power of effective communication as a key driver of public trust, urging media professionals to uphold objectivity and accuracy in their work.
It is there our duty as PROs to take our right place and ensure that we play our role. This, therefore, is where your role becomes critical. We must shift from reactive to proactive communication. Let us anticipate issues and establish internal communication systems. And most importantly, there must be greater coordination among ministries and government agencies to ensure timely, unified, and strategic responses before misinformation spreads and damage already done.
Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Information and Media, Thabo Kawana, underscored the importance of the workshop in introducing officers to emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence. He noted that understanding AI would help enhance government communication strategies in the digital age.
This training workshop includes topics as that of the role of social media in PR concentration or content creation and management, basics in web design, artificial intelligence and PR and development of communication plans, among others. These are not just professional skills, they are tools for democracy, accountability, and social cohesion.
Newly appointed Ndola District Commissioner Precious Njekwa has vowed to take a strong stand against illegal activities and lawlessness, stressing that such practices will not be tolerated under her administration. Speaking during an introductory meeting with heads of government departments and parastatal institutions, Ms. Njekwa commended their service to the community and took time to understand the challenges faced across sectors. She emphasized that teamwork would be central to Ndola's development agenda and made it clear that individuals unwilling to contribute positively are free to step aside. Ms. Njekwa also assured stakeholders that her office remains open and accessible for dialogue on matters affecting community well-being. Declaring her intent to hit the ground running, she expressed determination to deliver results and lead with transparency. Mainwa District Administrative Officer Betha Nsandabunga formally welcomed the new commissioner and reiterated the district's readiness to cooperate under her leadership. She praised the positive public perceptions of Ms. Njekwa's work ethic and shared that departmental heads are eager to align with her working style. The Ministry of Tourism has embarked on collaborative partnerships to combat the escalating threat of poaching in Zambia's protected game areas. In an interview, Dr. Charles Mweshi, Director of Planning and Information at the Ministry, emphasized that while government resources are in place, a coordinated multi-stakeholder approach is vital to effectively curbing illegal hunting activities. Dr. Mweshi urged individuals interested in consuming game meat to do so legally by securing the appropriate permits. He noted that the ministry has trained personnel ready to assist licensed hunter experts who possess intimate knowledge of the terrain and wildlife habitats. He also warned that illegal hunting carries serious legal repercussions, encouraging the public to pursue lawful avenues that honor conservation policies and safeguard Zambia's rich wildlife heritage.
We're trying to bring in more partners. The policy of the ministry now, we are entering in what we are calling collaborative management partnerships, where we bring in more partners that can help us to combat poaching. But also what we need to encourage people is that there is no need for poaching, because government have put in mechanisms where those that like hunting and like game meat can go and hunt officially by getting a permit from government. So what we are encouraging people is that those that would wish to hunt, there are several permits that they can get and hunt the animals sustainably and legally instead of poaching.
Minister of Transport and Logistics Frank Tayali says the Zambian government is making steady progress toward its goal of becoming a premier aviation hub in the region. He said a key milestone in that journey is the recent accreditation of the Southern Africa Institute of Aviation Science and Technology, SAIST, by the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, stating that the approval designates SAIST as an official ICAO Air Plus training center, bolstering Zambia's reputation in global aviation circles. Mr. Tayali says this development not only reinforces aviation safety and skills training across the region, but also attracts partnerships and investments that will advance the country's air transport industry.
Geographic centrality, affords us an opportunity not just to look at the Zambian market, okay, and this really sits in well with our vision to make Zambia a center of excellence in civil aviation. And so your explanation that with this accreditation, this institute then affords that rare and unique privilege of the ICAO library in terms of latest information, international best practices, really will give that competitive edge to the Southern African Institute of Science and Technology.
Roland Tamayo, Instructional System Design Specialist at the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, has emphasized the need for increased implementation of aviation security protocols and stronger government support for science and technology in the sector. Mr. Tamayo highlighted that as global aviation continues to evolve, it is critical for governments to invest in scientific research and innovation to enhance safety, efficiency, and resilience across air transport systems. He also stressed that aviation security must remain a top priority, urging member states to adopt advanced training systems and technologies that align with ICAO's global standards.
Is to have more implementation of the course because it's important, it's impacting in safety, in security. So what we want is you to support SIAS by supporting with the subject matter expert that when they schedule for you a course, send to sit in those courses future instructor of this particular course.
Minister of Health Elijah Muchima has challenged those claiming that there is no medicine in health facilities to mention any. Speaking in Kalumbila district, Dr. Muchima says all health facilities have drug availability of more than 80% stock. Dr. Muchima cautioned people who are stealing drugs that their days are numbered and are enemies of the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND.
I challenge anybody who say there is no medicine in the country. I challenge anybody. Even if you hate Akainde, you will not hate the numbers which is being produced. I want anybody to be Shangungo, Chabiza, Lundas, anywhere, to tell us any hospital where we have no drugs. Everywhere we have drugs more than 80%. Those who are stealing are enemies of this government, are enemies of everyone.
Drug Enforcement Commission DEC Director General Nelson Banda says he has continued to receive reports of seizure of illicit drug, including hard drugs in northwestern province. He says the province, especially Solwezi district, is continuing a population explosion due to many factors like rural-urban migration. Mr. Banda says this has resulted in many people, especially foreigners, being to engaging in the illicit activities such as the sale of illicit drug like cocaine, among others. The DEC DG is happy that his officers have at least managed to seize hard drugs.
Different drugs, including hard drugs. Yes. It's always, you see, the trouble is economic growth or development comes with its own challenges. Indeed. We're now having a lot of people coming into Solwezi, perhaps more than we've ever experienced before. And as such, they come also sometimes with their bad habits. We're seeing now a situation where hard drugs, when we say hard drugs, we're talking about cocaine, we're talking about methamphetamine, we're talking about all these other drugs that are not found here. But now they are here because the people are bringing them. So I'm happy that my officers so far have managed to interdict some of these very serious drugs involving foreign nationals.
Southern Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Namani Monze has announced a significant 52% decline in malaria cases, marking a major milestone in regional public health. The announcement was made through a speech delivered on his behalf by Southern Province Assistant Secretary Beston Mbozi during the launch of the 2026 Health Planning Cycle held in Livingston. Dr. Monze attributed the dramatic drop in cases to intensified government-led interventions, including community health outreach, improved access to mosquito nets, and strengthened surveillance and treatment programs. He commended healthcare workers, local authorities, and development partners for their collaborative efforts, which he said were pivotal to achieving this progress. Minister of Water Development and Sanitation, Engineer Collins Nzovo, has called for strengthened collaboration with the Zambia NGO Wash Forum, a coalition of 40 civil society organizations advocating for universal access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. Speaking during a courtesy meeting with the forum representatives, Minister Nzovo commended the group's efforts, particularly in rural and underserved areas, and emphasized the importance of joint action between government, NGOs, and civil society in tackling wash challenges. He affirmed his ministry's commitment to delivering sustainable and equitable wash services, noting that deeper cooperation with the forum could significantly enhance sector coordination and impact.
Collaborative, obviously straightforward. We believe we can better align our efforts, that we can minimize our implication, and we can collectively amplify our reach and effectiveness, because our goal, our common goal, is to provide quality water, quality sanitation to our people. The NGO forum, WASH forum, continues to be a key ally whose contributions are not only complementary but also catalytic in driving transformative and community-led level impact. Chairperson and the group, we look forward to today's engagement where we will have the opportunity to learn more about the forum's activities.
Zambia NGO WASH Forum Board Chairperson Malon Piri echoed the minister's sentiments, stating the forum is ready to engage in constructive dialogue with the ministry to advance shared goals. Meanwhile, forum coordinator Bubala Muyovu Mumba urged the government to prioritize the enactment of key water sector policies and laws, offering the forum's technical expertise and support in capacity building. She proposed forming a joint task force to develop a diversified financing strategy for wash services, coupled with a stronger accountability mechanisms and citizen participation through transparent monitoring systems. Ms. Mumba also called for biannual meetings between the ministry and forum to reinforce collaboration and stressed the need for a national strategy focused on sustainable service delivery, especially in operations and maintenance. She expressed heartfelt appreciation to the European Union for its continued support through the Water Voices United project, which has played a vital role in promoting access to wash services across Zambia.
Wash accounts, which is something that we are willing to work with you. So I think there is need, which is kind of what we are asking, to establish a joint force that can develop and implement a robust, equitable and diversified financing strategy for wash services with forum support for implementation and monitoring. I know that the two main pieces of legislation, the Water Resources Management Act and the Water Supply and Sanitation Act, are also under revision, and we feel that prioritizing this and its enactment of outstanding legislation and policies, the forum is willing to offer its expert input and partnership in dissemination and capacity building around that also.
Patriotic Front, a PF Central Committee member Mumbi Piri, has suggested that the late former President Edgar Lungu may be buried in South Africa, despite the Zambian government's efforts led by Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha through a lawsuit to ensure his burial takes place on home soil. Speaking to Sun FM TV News, Ms. Piri stated that the Lungu family remains steadfast in its burial preferences and dismissed the likelihood of a government brocade agreement. She went on to describe the former president's death as biblical, drawing a parallel to the story of Moses in the Bible, whose burial site, she noted, remains a mystery. Meanwhile, youth advocate Dominic Kapili thanked President Hakainde Hichilema for the compassion and support shown toward Mr. Lungu during his lifetime.
The final resting place of former Zambian President Edgar Lungu has become a focal point of both legal contention and national dialogue. Patriotic Front Central Committee member Mumbi Piri has predicted that the late former President Edgar Lungu will be buried in South Africa, despite the government's ongoing legal battle aimed at ensuring that Mr. Lungu is buried on Zambian soil.
The body of Edgar Lungu is not coming back to Zambia. Mark my words. He will be buried in South Africa, and this is the making of the UPN government, because they are bringing strange things which have never happened in Zambia. And I can comfortably tell you that Ngoma, whoever Ngoma that is, whom they have sent to negotiate with the family of Edgar Lungu, he will not manage to convince them.
Ms. Mumbipiri has further drawn a comparison between the death of former President Edgar Lungu to that of Moses in the Bible, describing it as biblical.
And now everybody's wondering, what has got Lungu? What is that something special about Lungu? Anyway, Lungu's funeral is biblical. Me, who is a Christian, I'm looking at it like they entered the body of Moses. If you read the Bible, up to today, nobody knows where Moses was buried. That's biblical. Now, biblical things are repeating on Edgar Lungu's funeral.
Amid these perspectives, youth advocate Dominic Kapili has expressed gratitude to President Hakainde Hichilema for the love and support shown to Mr. Lungu during his lifetime.
That the government and the government of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, when they advised the former head of state to stay out of politics and continue being a statesman, wasn't it love when the government of the president, Hakainde Hichilema, tried to extend an olive branch and help the facilitation of the former head of state's medication and distribute to South Africa? It's on record. It is everywhere.
Thomas Mwale, reporting for Sun FM TV News in Lusaka.
The Zambia Police Service has arrested and formally charged 3 individuals for their alleged involvement in the production and distribution of obscene materials in line with Section 177 of the Penal Code Act, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia, which prohibits the creation and circulation of content deemed to corrupt public morals. According to Zambia Police Service Public Relations Officer Ray Hamonga, the suspects include David Kazadi, aged 34, who has been charged with 2 counts of producing obscene material and 2 counts of circulating such content. His actions are said to contravene sections 1771A and 1771B of the Penal Code. Mr. Hamonga also confirmed that Mwaka Halwindi, age 23, has been charged with 2 counts of making or producing obscene videos, also in violation of Section 1771A, with the charges stemming from evidence suggesting Halwindi's involvement in the production of visual materials intended to corrupt morals. The third suspect, Ruby Muzandu, also aged 23, faces 1 count of conveying or exporting obscene materials, a violation under Section 1771B of the same Penal Code. Mr. Hamonga further confirmed that all 3 suspects are currently in lawful custody. He explained that their arrests follow an intelligence-led investigation carried out by the Cyber Crime Unit of the Zambia Police, using the digital surveillance and forensic analysis reportedly led to the discovery of the materials in question, which authorities describe as likely to corrupt public morals. Mr. Hamonga sternly warned the public to refrain from engaging in activities that breach societal standards of decency. He emphasized that the production and circulation of obscene content are serious criminal offenses in Zambia, carrying severe legal consequences. Mr. Hamonga said the accused are expected to appear in court soon.
The Zambia Police Service wishes to inform the public that it has arrested and formally charged 3 individuals in connection with this production and circulation of obscene materials contrary to Section 177 of the Penal Code Act, Chapter 7 of the Laws of Zambia. Mwaka Halwindi has been charged with 2 counts of making or producing obscene videos tending to corrupt morals contrary to Section 177, subsection 1A of the Penal Code Act, Chapter 7 of the Laws of Zambia. Ruby Muzandu has been charged with 1 count of conveying or exporting obscene matters or things contrary to Section 177, subsection 1B of the Chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. And David Kazadi has been charged with 2 counts of producing obscene matters or things contrary to section 177, subsection 1A, as well as 2 counts of circulating obscene matters or things contrary to section 177, subsection 1B of the Penal Code Act, Chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. The Zambia Police Service channel warns members of the public against engaging in activities that violate public morality and decency. The production and circulation of obscene content are serious offenses that attract punitive consequences.
We now take a break. We return with the sports news. Stay with us.
Imagine having the financial freedom to live life on your terms. With the ABSA Ultimate Plus account, you can manage your finances, save for the future, and access personal loans. Plus, enjoy travel insurance, a credit card, and retrenchment cover when the unexpected happens. If that's not value, I don't know what is. Let's help you write the next chapter of your ultimate story. Call 5950 to open an Ultimate Plus account today.
Your story matters. ABSA.
The Zambia futsal national team is gearing up for the 2025 Continental Futsal Championship, scheduled to take place in Thailand from July 29 to August 4th. The tournament will feature 7 national teams in a high-stakes international showdown. Head coach Andrea Cristoforetti has named a 14-member provisional squad, which has already entered camp at the Automotive Futsal Arena in Lusaka to begin preparations. Zambia, one of the 2024 Futsal AFCON participants, has been drawn into Group B alongside Saudi Arabia, Australia, and Belarus, while Group A features host Thailand, New Zealand, and Chinese Taipei. The squad includes a balanced mix of goalkeepers, defenders, pivots, and attackers, all expected to bring agility and tactical depth to the court. This tournament marks a key moment for Zambia's futsal ambitions, offering a chance to test their mettle against top-tier international opponents and build momentum ahead of future continental competitions. As we leave the headlines once again. President Hakainde Hichilema has announced that Zambia is now the world's leading exporter of emeralds, overtaking Colombia, which previously dominated global high-quality emerald production with a 70 to 90% share. Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Mwetwa has emphasized the vital role of public relations officers in disseminating clear and accurate information to build public confidence in government initiatives. Newly appointed Ndola District Commissioner Precious Njekwa has vowed to take a strong stand against illegal activities and lawlessness, stressing that such practices will not be tolerated under her administration. And in sports news, the Zambia futsal national team is gearing up for the 2025 Continental Futsal Championship, scheduled to take place in Thailand from July 29 to August 4th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news team, my name is Imelda Chkwati. God bless.
Sun FM.
Imagine having the financial freedom to live life on your terms. With the ABSA Ultimate Plus account, you can manage your finances, save for the future,